Most people play mind games to gain control. Sometimes it's subtle, a delay in response, a backhanded compliment or silent treatment. Other times it's obvious, manipulation, jealousy, emotional baiting. The goal is usually the same, to shake someone's confidence, provoke a reaction, or flip the power dynamic. And it works, on most people. But not on Sigma males. You can't win a mind game against someone who refuses to play. That's the reality most manipulators run into when they cross paths with a Sigma male. The silence, the calm reaction, the complete lack of emotional drama, it breaks the usual patterns. You set a trap, and he walks right past it without even noticing. Or worse, he notices and doesn't care. This video isn't about Sigma males being smarter than everyone else. It's about how their natural way of thinking makes them immune to emotional games and manipulation tactics. They don't react the way people expect. They don't need what most people chase. And that makes them nearly impossible to throw off balance. If you've ever wondered why Sigma males seem untouchable in emotional warfare, or why attempts to manipulate them usually backfire, you're about to find out. We'll break down 6 reasons why these men are built differently, and why that difference makes mind games useless against them. Reason number 1. Strong internal self-awareness. The first reason you can't win a mind game against a Sigma male is simple. He knows who he is. His sense of identity doesn't come from other people's opinions. It doesn't shift based on approval or rejection. It's built from the inside out, not the outside in. That kind of self-awareness is rare. Most people are constantly adjusting who they are to match the room they're in. They try to be liked. They try to fit in. They respond to pressure. That makes them easy to control because they're always watching how others react. Sigma males are the opposite. They've already asked the hard questions. They've already looked in the mirror and figured out what matters to them. That means when someone tries to play a game, make them jealous, test their loyalty, or question their worth, it doesn't stick. The Sigma male already knows the answer. This self-awareness also keeps them calm. They don't need to defend themselves every time someone challenges them. They don't take the bait. They don't over-explain, because they're not trying to convince you of anything. They're already convinced of themselves. In a mind game, uncertainty is the weapon. But the Sigma male removes that weapon entirely. He's not confused about who he is, what he wants, or what he values. And if someone tries to twist those things, he doesn't get rattled. He just watches it happen and walks away. Self-awareness doesn't make Sigma males arrogant. It makes them grounded. They're not perfect, but they're solid. And that alone makes most mind games fall apart before they even begin. Reason number 2. Emotional detachment and control. Sigma males feel emotions like anyone else. But the difference is, they don't let those emotions run the show. They've trained themselves to pause, reflect, and respond instead of reacting. That level of emotional control is exactly what makes mind games useless on them. Most mind games are built on reaction. If someone can make you jealous, angry, insecure, or confused, they can control your next move. That's the game. But Sigma males break this cycle. When they're tested, provoked, or manipulated, they don't lash out. They go silent. They observe. They analyze. And that silence becomes a wall most people can't climb. This doesn't mean they're cold. It means they have boundaries between what they feel and what they do. Just because they feel irritation doesn't mean they'll argue. Just because someone tries to guilt-trip them doesn't mean they'll fold. They give themselves space to process, and that space protects them. Emotional detachment isn't the absence of feeling. It's the refusal to be ruled by feeling. Sigma males understand that most emotional traps are designed to get a quick rise, and they refuse to give it. They'd rather take a day to think than say something they don't mean. They'd rather distance themselves than engage in a fake back and forth. To the person playing games, this feels like failure. Their moves don't land. Their triggers don't trigger. Their manipulation doesn't work. The Sigma male simply doesn't give them anything to work with. This emotional discipline takes time to build. But once it's there, it becomes a kind of armor. Not because the Sigma male is hard or shut off, but because he's in charge of his own emotional system. And that's something mind games just can't get past. Reason number 3. Observant nature and reading patterns. Most people miss the signs. They don't catch the shift in tone, the glance that lasted too long, or the sentence that didn't match the situation. But Sigma males notice all of it. They're naturally observant, and not just in a surface way. They read patterns. They pick up on small inconsistencies. And that makes it nearly impossible to fool them. Mind games depend on hiding motives. You smile while you manipulate. You compliment while you test. You pretend to be one thing while doing another. It works on people who aren't paying attention. But Sigma males are always paying attention. They're not loud about it. They don't interrupt or call it out right away. Instead, they let you talk. They let you reveal yourself. And the whole time they're watching, not just your words, but your energy, your habits, your timing. They build a mental map of your behavior. And when something doesn't add up, they know. This kind of awareness gives them a big advantage. Before most people even realize they're in a game, the Sigma male has already figured it out and quietly decided not to play. He may disengage, go quiet, or shift the topic. He won't explain what he saw. He won't need to. He just knows. The power here isn't in confrontation. It's in clarity. When you can see a game forming, you're free from it. You don't get sucked into the emotional twists or mental fog. You simply recognize it for what it is and move accordingly. Sigma males often know when they're being tested. They know when someone's fishing for reactions or using reverse psychology. And instead of reacting, they observe. That ability to watch without reacting is what throws manipulators off. In the end, mind games rely on confusion. But when you're dealing with someone who notices everything and reacts to nothing, the game ends before it starts. Reason number 4. Low need for validation. The people who fall for mind games usually have one thing in common. They want to be liked. They want approval. They want to feel chosen, seen, or validated. And that makes them easy targets. But Sigma males don't need that kind of validation, and that makes manipulation nearly impossible. A Sigma male doesn't shape his actions around how others see him. He doesn't need praise to feel worthy. He doesn't need permission to act. And because of that, emotional bait just doesn't work. You can try to make him jealous. You can give him the silent treatment. You can play hot and cold. He won't chase, because he wasn't trying to impress you in the first place. This internal stability makes Sigma males very hard to control. If someone threatens to pull away, they don't panic. If someone withholds attention, they don't beg for it. If someone tries to reward or punish them emotionally, they don't respond the way most people would. The truth is, you can't manipulate someone who doesn't need anything from you. That's the frustrating part for those who try to play games with a Sigma. The usual tools, compliments, guilt, social pressure, all bounce off. He's not wired to seek outside validation. He's wired to listen inward. This doesn't mean Sigma males are cold or don't care. It just means they don't base their decisions on how others rank them. Their self-worth comes from values, action and purpose, not attention. When someone tries to make them feel small, Sigma males don't argue. They just walk away. When someone tries to play hard to get, they don't play back. They lose interest. And when someone tries to manipulate them through praise or silence, they stay grounded. Mind games rely on emotional leverage. But when there's nothing to hold over someone, there's nothing to play with. Reason number 5. Boundaries that are firm and non-negotiable. Sigma males don't explain their boundaries, they live them. And that alone is enough to stop most mind games from getting anywhere. You can try to push, test or provoke, but the line doesn't move. And if you cross it, the Sigma male doesn't fight. He disappears. This kind of firmness is rare. Most people adjust their boundaries to keep people around. They make exceptions, soften their stance, or give second chances, even when they know they shouldn't. But Sigma males don't operate that way. Once they've decided where the line is, that's it. This isn't about being rigid. It's about self-respect. Sigma males value their time, space, energy, and peace. And they protect those things with clear, quiet action. If someone starts playing games, showing up late, creating confusion, pushing emotional buttons, the Sigma male doesn't argue or try to fix them. He just cuts the cord. People playing games often expect pushback. They expect drama, a reaction, or some kind of resistance they can work with. But Sigma males give them none of that. They don't try to win. They just remove themselves from the game completely. This throws manipulators off. Instead of feeling powerful, they feel confused. Instead of getting a reaction, they're met with silence. That silence is the boundary, and it's loud. What makes Sigma boundaries intimidating is their calmness. There's no emotional outburst, no guilt, no long explanation. Just a clear decision. This doesn't work for me. And then, they're gone. You can't play a game with someone who won't stay on the field. And Sigma males don't stay in places that cross their lines. That's not pride, that's discipline. Reason number 6. Quiet resilience and patience over retaliation. Mind games are often designed to trigger a response. To provoke someone into defending themselves, fighting back, or acting out of character. Most people fall into that trap. They get angry. They try to get even. They want the last word. But Sigma males don't play that way. Their silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. Sigma males are built for endurance. They don't respond to every jab. They don't match energy with chaos. They let things unfold. And while others are getting emotional or trying to prove a point, the Sigma is observing, waiting, and staying grounded. This quiet resilience is one of their strongest shields. It protects them from emotional manipulation, public embarrassment, and wasted energy. When someone tries to bait them into reacting with jealousy, lies, or disrespect, the Sigma doesn't take the bait. He sees the pattern, he understands the motive, and he chooses to rise above it. People who play mind games hate patience. They want results. They want to pull strings and see a reaction. But Sigma males have no interest in that kind of back and forth. They don't try to fix people and they don't seek revenge. They just exit the situation and let distance speak for them. In some cases, the Sigma male doesn't even respond when he's been wronged. Not because he doesn't notice, but because he knows that reacting emotionally gives power to the other person. Instead, he stays calm, holds the line, and lets time expose the game for what it is. This patience can be unsettling. It feels like strength. It feels like control, and it forces the other person to face themselves. There's no drama to hide behind, no distraction from their own behavior. Just silence and the weight of it. Sigma males aren't emotionless. They're just mature enough to know which battles are worth it. And most of the time mind games aren't. So they stay silent, keep moving, and let the situation unravel on its own. That's not avoidance. That's power. You can't win a mind game with someone who refuses to join in. That's the real reason Sigma males are almost untouchable in emotional battles. They don't react the way people expect. They don't give energy to games. And they don't need control to feel powerful, because they already are. We've gone through 6 reasons why they break the cycle: their strong self-awareness, their emotional control, their ability to read patterns, their low need for validation, their clear boundaries, and their quiet resilience. Together, these traits form a kind of internal armor, not to hurt others, but to protect their own peace. Mind games feed on reaction. They depend on confusion, weakness, or a need for attention. But Sigma males don't give that away. They know who they are. They stay grounded. And when things turn toxic, they don't fight for control. They walk away from the chaos completely. But this kind of strength isn't just for Sigma males. Anyone can build it. You don't have to become cold or distant. You just have to stop chasing approval and start trusting your own mind more than the noise around you. If you've been pulled into games before, step back. Breathe. See the pattern for what it is. And then choose your next move with calm, quiet power. Because in the end, the strongest move is often no move at all. Thanks for watching.